And between the pharaoh and the people in ancient Egypt, or the political life in ancient Egypt, and the question now is what was the relation between the pharaoh and the people through the court, because the court was the go-between between the people and the pharaoh himself.
Of course it depends upon the ruler. At the end of the day, who's ruling and who's accepting the rule or not. But you get this feeling when you are reading in ancient Egypt is that the king is somehow not with the people 100%, as of course in many cases of rulers or through the history. This business of separation that happens or takes place, you get this feeling. Whether it was right or wrong, that's another story. But the man that I felt from his words that maybe he was some kind of related to what's happening on the ground was an amazing king with the name of Hor-M-Heb. We wrongly call him
the pharaoh of laws, yes.
we wrongly call him Hor-M-Heb directly. Hor-M-Heb. Hor-M-Heb, because Muhib is a word that rings a bell in Arabic. But of course he's Her. Her means Horus, the falcon.
Her.
M means in, since you like interpretation of hieroglyphs. So Hor-M-Heb. Heb, actually Hetep is peace. Hetep, not far away. Heb is a festival. Is a word for festival. There is a very famous festival called Heb Sed, the festival of Sed. So the title of this man, or the name of this man, is the falcon is in a festival. Now, if this is not a beautiful name, I don't know what's a beautiful name. The falcon is in a feast, is in a festival. Anyway, he, as you mentioned, he actually wrote laws. And many people like to compare the laws of Hor-M-Heb with Hammurabi's law.
Hammurabi, yes.
And without any exaggeration, or without going to one side against the other, because both are amazing, I think laws of Hor-M-Heb is far, far, far more merciful and other things from what I read than Hammurabi.
Hammurabi was 1437 BC, and they say that he had the first constitution, 200 articles, and he was talking about humanism.
Exactly.
You are exactly from Faculty of Tourism.
She's been impressing me since we started this episode.
She's a graduate of the Faculty of Tourism, that's why.
That's why. I'm going. Excellent. Well done. Excellent. Well done.
She knows dates.
And I'm going. She's done her homework. Done homework for the last 15 years. Well done. Excellent. So some of Hammurabi's statements, I really found it a little bit exaggerated. Like, if a thief comes into your house, he's got to be killed and buried underneath the step of your door. So meaning that if you catch a thief, that means you're going to step right over his dead body for the rest of your life in this house. I think, okay, I'm with punishment and everything, but this is a little bit exaggerated. So anyway, Hor-M-Heb. Hor-M-Heb says a word while he's talking to us in a beautiful text found in the temple right beside his pylon. He's saying that he's writing this law after he's wandered around the streets. A king who wanders around the streets, and he goes to the south, he says. It's to the deep south. To notice. So I take these words and I read between the lines, between the hieroglyphs, if you like.
Yes, please.
This is a man who decided a new dastur, a new constitution, after he studied the cases of the people on the ground.
How to be sure?
Because he said, I wandered the streets. I went to the deep south. Why are you going to the deep south? If you are ruling from where? If you are ruling from Luxor, if you are ruling from Delta.
Is exaggerating?
I mean, did he do it all by himself? Did he have like an assembly, like ambassadors or envoys to other governorates or to other parts of the country where they can tell him, well, this is going so and so?
There, yes.
Many kings did that. As a matter of fact, we know for sure that Ramesses II had an envoy or a vizier in Nubia.
No, they are trustable people.
Very. To him, this viceroy, if you like, or this ambassador, or this man who is the character who's talking with the tongue of the king. And Ramesses II sent a man in Nubia. And this man in Nubia, is going to talk with the words of the king.
The people of trust.
Exactly, the people of trust. So, because it is a bit far away for you to rule from Sharqiyya, and you know what's going on in Nubia, so you need people of trust.
And they have to be people of trust.
And
to be sure they are the people of trust.
And that's why you will notice beautiful tombs are made for them. Luxurious places are given to these people because he's got to be sure that he's loyal to him.
To him, not to the people.
Yes, exactly.
To the king.
Hopefully they were trusted.
Now, the people themselves, when they started to rebel, for example, people, groups, not Khoinimpo on his own. Khoinimpo was the man who sparked, who's Bouaziziya, if you like, in Tunisia. He's the gentleman who started the whole thing here on the Facebook or something. The man who started, the man who started. So I can say that Khoinimpo was the man who started the spark. But for the group of people who started to protest, using your word, protest against a certain economical and political case, that took place 1155 BC.
Why did you say economic or political?
Because that's what they screamed by.
Because it starts with the economy?
Yes.
It starts
most
with...
of the time. All of the time, I think.
And you would be amazed what was the first scream. But let me tell you, before tell you the first scream of the group, the rebellious group, and you will find an amazing kind of repetition of history in this case. 1155 BC, please do write. Please, kindly, I beg you, do write all those things that are so close to the 25th of January. 1155 BC, 11. So let's remember that day. 2011 and 11th of February. 11th of February, okay. The 10th day of the second month of the season Peret in ancient Egypt, the first group of workers went on strike. Let us repeat this date again. The 10th day of the second month of Peret season. Ancient Egyptians divided the year into 3 seasons. Oh, you mean 4, Bessam? No, 3 seasons, not 4 seasons. One of these seasons is the Akhit. The other one is the Shemu, Shemu,
Yes.
And the third one is Peret.
You only know about Shemu.
There is the, the flooding and the summer and this and the spring and so on, and we come to Peret. Peret is the winter. And that's why today الدنيا Peret. It's cold. Perhaps. We like doing things like that. We love it. We love relating languages and philology with each other. It's fun. It could be right, it could be wrong. So, they go from their houses in the west bank of Luxor, and they passed 5 walls. What? 5 walls? 5 police stations? The workers of the king went on strike passing those? No way. Because the police stations are guarded by Medjai, and one Medjai soldier can take like thousands. They are the 777.
Okay.
They are the 777. They are the strongest army or police platoons ever in ancient Egypt.
The Medjai.
The Medjai. I would love to be one of those Medjais. When I used to come,
you look like that.
I want the translation, the exact translation of the Medjai.
Medjai was a place in Nubia, from where the Medjai, remember?
Yes.
From where the Medjai came from. They are loyal.
So they are like revolutionary guards?
They were, if you like,
or
the guards of the police system in this country. They catch thieves, they protect places, they are the police. Also, we have platoons in the army of the Medjai. And that's
they
what I
protect
said.
the palace of the president,
and they can do that as well. Yes, and they were well known of their bow and arrow. They were very good in using the bow and arrow, and they came from Nubia, and Nubia was called Ta City in hieroglyphs. Ta City. Ta means land
of gold.
City means
land of gold.
Bow.
Of bow.
The land of the bow.
Ta City.
Nebu is gold. if you like. So, one of two things when I was reading this.
Sniper.
Either
No, excuse me.
okay, either those guys beat up the Magi, the workers beat up the Magi, those artists, those people who are doing the beautiful scenery on the tombs and the temples of the kings, they beat up the Magi and they passed the 5 police stations in their way to the temple of the king to protest. And that is of course no way. No way, because we said the Magi would take 100 of the normal people easy.
Okay.
So what's the second proposition? The second proposition is that the police station and the Magi allowed the people to pass through the 5 stations as a permission. They permit them to do that, which means that the police and the populace were one hand. الشعب والشرطة ايد واحدة.
Are they?
Okay, who knows?
I'm
Maybe,
talking
why
about
not?
1155 BC.
Maybe, why not? Maybe.
So we're talking history. Now, you arrive to the temple of the king. What? This is dangerous. This is dangerous for who? This is dangerous for
With
the
the
system.
Magi and-
Yeah,
yes.
the government
The
and
regime.
the court
Everything,
and the
yes.
regime. Exactly, well said, the regime. So, they started to shake the gates of the king's temple. Now, shaking the gates is not a title of a song or something. Shaking, I don't know, the gate crashing and all of this. No, that is the most dangerous move made by protesters 1155 BC, because shaking the gates of the temple means that the news could reach the king. Now, until now, because you asked the relation between the king and the people, till now, Ramesses III is not involved in the text. It's all about the
People,
authorities.
the court, yes.
So the authorities ran, what are you doing? We are protesting. We are not working. What? If the king, Ramesses III, heard that the workers in his tomb are not working today, it's going to be a crisis. Why are you protesting? Listen. 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 I said it 3 times. Listen, everybody. Listen, people. Listen, populace now, 2013. Listen, authorities. Listen, rulers. Listen, everybody. Listen, Bessam. Listen, everybody. The reply from the protesters, 1155 BC was, in the text, written, we do not have bread in our homes. Bread was the first scream of protesters 1155 BC.
Yes.
Bread was the scream of 25th of January.
And it still is.
Yes.
Okay.